The meetings, very, very rarely at Perry Marshall and Associates, meetings happen in any shape other than a crescent shape. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the open space in the middle, couch here. These would be tables right here, and then a table here. There will be a, we'll use this trash can as a reference point. Hello. And we're going to keep this as the end of the room where people would usually perform out to other people, right? So this is the table that is usually there. That's where you keep the projector. That's where you keep the laptop that they'll connect the projector to. It's actually often very easy to do, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna open this. Xander, if you'll come here, I'll show you guys how this bad boy works. This thing probably weighs about 50 pounds.
You can handle it.
Sheet repackaged, but it still looks just fine. Okay, so what we have going on in here is we've got some Zoom recorders. We've got some, good, we've got some extension cords. We're gonna need those. We can set those aside for right now. We've got this, which is absolutely paramount. What we need to do is we need to set up the projector, and we need to set up the projector here so that it can be projected over here onto the screen, right?
Yeah.
And we need to set up the recording device so that everything's plugged in and everything can be recorded. Okay, so I'm gonna walk you guys through that. So what you do, pull out the projector. It's a good projector. I can go over some of the specifics of the projector. Oh, that's clever. When Emily repacked this, she put the remote right there.
Ah, looks like where it's supposed to be.
It looks exactly like it's where it's supposed to be. I've just never done it, right? So we're gonna put it on top of this trash can for right now. Okay. That does not look good.
Broken?
Off a little bit.
Uh-oh.
I don't really know why. Should be fine.
Emily, what the heck?
I don't know. Just give me a sec. Yeah, the focus should be fine. Okay, so we've got that. We'll use that, but it's a little cluttered. We're okay. So, the projector needs to be plugged in. All that. Xander, can you grab the extension cord and power strip? That is, so plug the extension cord where it could be plugged in. Anywhere. We're actually going to do the whole thing. There's probably a power strip right there and right there. Right? This is for your benefit too, Tana, because we're also going to take it down. I don't know if we'll need you to take it down, but if we do, I'll let you know. It depends. So this, you'll know if it's ready to be turned on. I'll fix that. If it turns red, you'll know it's on when it starts blinking blue, and when it's solid blue, it's actually on. Say, can I please have that? Thank you. You hit an outread? Yeah. See you, my dude. There it goes. Fixed.
So when it's red, it's
So when it's
on.
red,
When it's solid
off.
blue. Oh,
When it's blinking blue, it's turning on. When it's solid blue,
it's ready.
it's ready. Tana, if you could come around here, I'll show you guys how to set up. No, with the camera, I'll show you guys how to set up this projector screen. Because what we've got right here is we've got the projector on. No, I'm gonna do it. Okay? So this projector screen is actually, I really like the build of this. Basically, there's two things that make it move up and down. This and this. This lets it go up and down here. You want it as low as possible, or you want
Enough for it
everyone
to be on the
able
screen.
to see it, right?
Yeah.
And then this rotates, comes up, and it's there, and then you can, that will just, the legs do not lock in. Whatever works is whatever works. You're gonna adjust the settings of the projector in the menu and with the lens to focus it, right? So this is gonna focus until it's sharp as possible. This is gonna zoom it. It's just gonna help you toggle the focus a little bit more, right? Right, so one quick note about the projector. So the power button's right here. You're not gonna use that very much. What you are gonna use is this button right here. Xander, this button right here. It's the best. You know how there's a mute for your volume? This is a mute for the light.
Oh, so it just turns it.
And so it's not
New
working.
batteries?
It should be just fine. It's really frustrating.
New batteries.
Anyways, yeah, it needs new batteries. Xander, here. Next bit is so we've got this set up, right? So we don't need this to be quite set up anymore. So I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna set this aside. Next bit is the recording pieces. So, for recording, you need these two. You can set them out by releasing that, closing it, letting the legs come out, and setting them. So what I like to do is I set one recorder on the far end of the tables, or the far end of the crescent, and the close end of the crescent. Because the close end of the crescent is close to where the speaker will be, and any questions or comments will be best captured over here. They're actually rather sensitive, so they'll catch all audio. It's not going to make that much of a difference. I turned it off. But it will still make a bit of clarity difference, right? It won't be muffled at all. Okay? So those two are set up at the beginning and the end of the room. I actually like to set it right next to the projector so that it's not out in the way of the speaker, but still going to get a lot of the speaker's clarity. Here is, Xander, here are the three places the three things that you're gonna need. This is the powerhouse of the cell. This is what you're gonna need when you are actually recording things. These are the mics through which the powerhouse records. Okay? So
There you go.
there it is. And it should work.
It's not.
That's not the one we're going to do.
Come on, Zay. Well, I'm trying to turn off the screen, right?
Huh. Bizarre. Sorry, lighting up. Whatever. It's not actually that important.
Okay, Tyler,
what?
like, just taking those out is easy. I need to know the wiring.
I'm gonna show you the wiring, but I need to do everything, right? So these two are the mics. Put the mics. The mics twist onto the top. I'll show you the wiring in a sec. It's very, very, very simple. It takes 3 wires total, right? So you get these bad boys on. You want them to be totally firm, but since we're not doing the whole thing, I'm just gonna have them, like they'll just be able to continue to be turned.
And does it matter, like,
It doesn't matter which one or where they are.
the direction they're facing?
Actually, no, that doesn't matter either.
Okay.
Though, pro tip, I'll show you this in a sec. When they're powered, there's a little light on each side. There's one right here on the logo, and one right here on the logo. It turns blue. When the light turns blue,
When
you
they're
know it's
correctly-
powered. When it's powered, right? So the reason I'm pulling these out is because this is how you're going to attach these to the powerhouse, right? So So you're gonna take a mic cord. These are normal mic cords. They are sometimes rather haphazardly thrown together. Sometimes.
Yeah, Tyler.
Y'all do not know how to fold cords, huh?
No, I lost my the ties that will keep cords together.
Oh, I just mean there's like a specific way you're supposed to tie mic cords.
I actually don't. No. No, if you would be up for teaching me, that would be great.
It's like a little figure eight, basically. Right.
So, it does not matter which one goes into which side of the powerhouse. What matters is you get them plugged in. So one side goes here. Ooh, that is bright.
What's the side?
That one. This one goes here. I'm not going to untangle them all the way because I don't have to, but you want one thing is when you have the mics all together, you want to tuck the mic cords that are going to be all loose about under the front legs of each table so that it's not all in the way and people aren't tripping on them. Okay? Powerhouse, one side, and the other side. Like I said, it does not matter
Which side is
which side is which. You'll be able to figure out which side is which, but it doesn't matter. Here's the most important thing. Well, equally as important as plugging them in. So this can run on batteries, but since it's powering these two, it goes up through about 4 AA batteries in an hour.
Ugh.
It has a direct power outlet that you can just attach to the closest outlet near you, plug it in, right in the middle, and then hold down for it to turn on. It will boot, zoom, right? Takes a sec, it will load, and the blue lights will turn on pretty soon, right? Because it's gonna be powering them. Just give me that. Just give me a sec. Now that we've got that set up, I'm gonna put this back for those purposes. That's okay. It's still loading. So it'll load for a little while.
You're blaspheming us.
What? You're fine. You're fine.
You're fine.
All right. Orange light is turned on here. That means it's really moving.
And
Blue
now
lights
those
have turned on.
Okay.
So the reason I do that is because in Europe, the plugs in Europe are very different and they're often very loose. So when the blue light turns off, I know the power that goes directly to the powerhouse has disconnected and it's about to die and the recording is about to end.
Okay.
Right?
But we're
So-
not going to be in the UK.
No, we won't be in the UK. None of that. So, quick note. There are 3 settings on this. 1 and 2 refers to mic 1 and mic 2 that we've just set up, right? Mic, you can hit that and it will start recording from this. Nope. Sorry. You hit that. When it's blinking red, it's ready to record and it's testing sound levels. So right now it's telling you from this mic,
Yeah.
what it's getting. But it's not recording anything because the timer isn't counting down. Xander, are you with me?
Yeah.
Great. When you hit it again, it's solid red and
then
it's
it's
counting
recording.
up. And it's gonna take that, it'll hear all that. And when it flickers, that means there's too much input, right?
Okay.
Cool?
It's going to damage the sound quality.
Yeah, it's clipping, yes, absolutely. When you want to end a recording, hit this. It's okay, it says please wait. Sometimes it says error, recording error. That has never meant anything. I go back and I look at it and the recording's fine.
Okay.
I never understood it. However, you always, always, always want it to be set on 1 and 2. You can hit 1 or 2, it becomes 1 and 2, right?
So we don't want to record it on MC.
No, you don't want
We
it
want it
on
to
mic.
record
You want it to
on-
be on
Oh, it just
1
does
or
say
2.
mic.
It does say mic.
Okay, so.
However, sometimes in small group sessions, you will use this as the mic.
Yeah.
You can unplug it.
Yeah.
It will still work. Mic, You can hit record once, it will blink, it will tell you what the sound levels are. It's cool. You can turn down sound sensitivity, but I'm gonna show you that in a sec. One thing I wanna illustrate for you real quick is 1 and 2, record. Now, you can actually snap by one and you'll be able to figure out which one's left and which one's right. Also, it will clip in just that one. So 1 is clipping.
Gotcha.
1 and 2, it's clipping. So you can figure it out. You can tell if there's a lot of laughter, it will always clip because people really hoot and holler. If someone,
Turn down the gain if it clips too much.
yeah, recording level, REC level on the left, on the right side, REC level, it will blink plus 1 or 2 key. Input level is up. If I turn it up, it will catch more. It will become more sensitive, right? The gain will turn up. If I hit, if I just let it sit, hey Adam, if you hit 2, same thing. I like to keep it at 85. Sometimes I'd turn it down to 75. That's just about it. No problem. If I hit recording, test, you'll be able to figure out where it is. Like, it's really sensitive here. Usually there's carpeting, there's all sorts of stuff.
So
That's gonna be part of it. One more thing. So that's all you really need to know about recording. Fundamentals of recording. Plug these in, make sure the blue lights are on, make sure this is plugged in, okay? It does take batteries in the back, really easy to take off. Yeah, it's just a pain in the ass. I tried it before. Yeah, and remember, pausing a